What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Stocks channel. My name is Corey and this is going to be your daily stock market technical analysis update. We saw the stock market go up yet again across the board. How much higher can the stock market possibly go before we finally see a correction? And could we see a blow off top situation in the stock market before the correction? First up, we'll take a look at the S&P 500 SPY ETF. So let's crack open this chart and see what's going on in the stock market today. Alright, so on the S&P 500 SPY ETF, we saw the price action going up 0.57% today, and we're closing way over that 5 EMA, and it does look like we're going a little too far too fast because we're closing over that upper Bollinger Band. So normally when the stock market gets ahead of itself, it could start to retrace and come back down a little bit because it's going too far too fast and it's unsustainable. So I would not be surprised to see the S&P 500 sell off a little bit coming into next week, but it's also completely possible that we see a blow off top situation, which we need to go ahead and start talking about this scenario. So right now there is a lot of bears trying to short the top in this market and trying to drive it lower because they think they know we're at a top and they're trying to call a top and short. However, normally that can lead to a melt up, blow off top scenario because those bears do get short squeezed the higher the stock market goes. So there's a lot of people that are conditioned to buy the dip in this market and they just expect the market to go up forever. So trying to short this market is the worst possible thing you could be trying to do right now. If you tried to short this market anywhere in this run, you very unlikely made money unless you did it very quickly and shorted and got out for a small profit. There's only about 1 to 2 day sell-offs in this market before we continue heading back higher. And that's a very difficult market to try to short because the trend is still extremely bullish, which means the price action is likely to continue to head higher. So right now, there is a possibility we start cooling off and coming back down to the 377 level to find support, which is also going to be right about where that 5 EMA is going to be. However, if we continue to head higher, don't be surprised if we start melting up into a blow off top and just continue to head higher and higher and higher. So the price target is still up here at 393. And even though that is the next price target, there's no time frame that we have to get there by next week. So it could take a while. We could kind of go sideways and consolidate on the path up to 393. But there is also that possible of a blow off top and we could just get there in a hurry because of all the short squeezing that could go on in next week. So overall, the price action and the trend are still bullish. So I still fully expect to see the stock market continue to head higher until we see something change in this trend. So if the stock market starts coming back to normal price action, that would be the dip scenario and you would want to try to buy off support, which is right around 377 and all of these moving averages all the way down to the 20 simple moving average, which is right around 371. And if we get a blow off top scenario, definitely don't be trying to short and watch that price target all the way up here at 393. Now I'm going to go ahead and measure that price target from today's close, and that is about 3% higher. So it's very possible the market could go up 3% very quickly, especially if we start getting those short squeezes. So overall, the S&P 500 still looks very bullish. So just be patient. And if you're getting scared and you want to get defensive in the market, that's completely fine. But go to cash and don't try to short. Next up is the NASDAQ 100 Triple Qs ETF. And we see a very bullish day on the NASDAQ as well, going up 1.29% and also closing well over that 5 EMA and the upper Bollinger Band. So just like the S&P 500, the price action is going a little too far too fast. And you can see now if I measure from today's close to our price target, we're only 0.8% away from hitting my price target at 321. I remember when we had these price targets over 2 months ago and a lot of people thought they were way up there and that we would never hit them. And they came up with all of these bearish scenarios on why these price targets would never get met because of all the news and all these things going on. That's why it's so important to watch the trend and watch the price action because they tell you everything you need to know. If you're still not making money in this market, consider joining the Stocks Channel Discord community where we are absolutely crushing this market and making profits daily. You can find out how to join the Discord server by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So on the NASDAQ 100, the price action is still well over the 5 EMA and we still have a very strong bullish trend. So like I said with the S&P 500, don't try to call a top and don't try to short this market. Look for possible dip buying off the 5 EMA and the support levels here at $312 and the 20 simple moving average right around 310. Those levels should be strong support, and there's still a lot of support in this market where the bulls still have plenty of buying opportunities to continue to drive this market higher. So don't get bearish just to get bearish. Wait for the confirmation in the price action and the trend to tell us that the correction is here. Next up is the Dow Jones DIA ETF, and we also saw the Dow Jones going up today, but only 0.17%, and you can see that the price action is still over the 5 EMA and outside the upper Bollinger Band. The price target on the Dow has yet to be met, which is up here at $312. So we see bullish price action and bullish trending on all three indices, And we also see that the Dow Jones has not yet met its price target. Keep in mind on the Dow, this is the first price target. So the S&P 500 and the NASDAQ 100 are heading to their second price target, while the Dow has yet to hit its first price target. So that shows there's still some upside in this market, and we could continue to head higher before we finally see that top. Next up is the ARKK ETF, and again, we see very bullish price action going up 2.96%, well outside the upper Bollinger Band and well over that 5 EMA, and we also see the bullish trend is picking up momentum yet again. So the price targets on the ARKK ETF are up here at $144, and if we break and close above 144, the next price target is up here at $149. I will repeat this yet again. I believe there is a lot of risk in the ARK ETFs, and I can't suggest chasing them, but as long as the price action and the trend are bullish, you can continue to own these ETFs, but just be ready to sell if they do start to reverse and we see a shift in the price action and the trend. Next up is the VIX, which is our fear indicator, and we see the VIX continuing to head lower, which means there's low fear in the market and means we could continue to head to new all-time highs. The VIX is trading below resistance levels, and it looks like it's heading back down towards that $20 level, which is support. So the VIX is bleeding out, which means low fear, which means the market can continue to head higher. Next up is the US dollar, and we still see the dollar looking bearish because we still have a very strong bearish trend on the dollar. The price action is currently finding resistance at the 20 simple moving average. So even though the dollar is bouncing, it's more of a dead cat bounce, and it really doesn't have any sort of magnitude or weight on shifting this trend just yet. We would still need to see that 5 EMA cross back over the 13 EMA, and we would need to get price action closes over the 20 simple moving average. The dollar could come all the way up to resistance at 90.4 and still get rejected and head lower towards support at $89. So a weak dollar is a strong stock market, and it looks like the dollar is still in a very strong bearish trend and can continue to head lower. Next up is gold, and we saw gold having a very volatile day. And remember with gold, I said with these sell-offs, you want to wait about 3 days. So the last time we had a sell-off on gold, it took about 3 days to hit a bottom before the market started higher on gold. Well, right now, this is officially the third day for gold, but you can see that gold had a huge sell-off today, which obviously rewarded the patient people because if you waited until the end of the day, you got a much better price. So gold is looking relatively bearish on the price action, closing below all of these moving averages, but there's a silver lining in this chart in that we still have a very bullish trend. All of these moving averages are stacked to the bull side. The 5s over the 13 and the 20s over the 50. So every single moving average is in the bullish direction, which means the trend is still very bullish, and we do see the price action finding support and forming a higher low. So even though today was very volatile on gold and we did go down over negative 3.3%, it's still not that bad of a chart and it's still relatively bullish. So watch for gold to start breaking back up towards 1930, and I still am going to keep my price target on gold way up here at 1998. It's obviously a much better buying opportunity down here in the low 1840s than it was before. So be patient on gold, and it might take some time to start recovering from this dip. But like you can see in the past, gold usually sells off for 3 to 4 days and then starts heading higher. So gold is still looking good because we still have the bullish trend, but we need the price action to confirm the trend by closing back over that 20 simple moving average. So look for gold to try to close back above 1880 to confirm that the bullish trend is going to continue and gold will start heading higher. Next up is silver, and just like gold, we had a very volatile day, but it was also the third day of selling, which means it could be the bottom and we're ready to start heading higher. On silver, we still have the benefit of a strong bullish trend, just like on gold, with all of these moving averages still stacked to the bull side. The price action went all the way down below the 50 EMA, but we did find support at previous resistance and we did bounce and close over the 50 EMA. So overall, this chart is still very bullish because we still have higher highs and higher lows and a bullish trend, and we also have price action closing over the 50 EMA. So we would want to see silver get price action closes back over the 20 simple moving average and start heading back up to our price target up here at $28.40. So I'm still bullish on gold and silver, and I think today were great buying opportunities because gold and silver really got too far extended to the downside, which means it was a great time to buy the dip. Next up is Bitcoin, and we saw Bitcoin having a very bullish day going all the way up to 42,000, which is just $700 lower than our price target. It does look like Bitcoin is going to come up here and hit the price target, but it's just cooling off a little bit. The price action is still way over the 5 EMA, and you can see how strong and how bullish this trend still is. So I'm still bullish on Bitcoin, but if you're not in it, I can't suggest buying it at these levels. We will likely go into a correction very soon, and that will be the time to start buying and accumulating Bitcoin for the long run. Next up is Amazon stock, and we saw Amazon go up just a little bit today, closing up 0.65%, but the price action still bearish, closing below all of the moving averages. We still have a short-term bear trend, so Amazon is still looking relatively bearish in the short term. However, Amazon is still sort of consolidating and going nowhere, so it's not really downtrending just yet, and we do have a higher low. So we need to watch Amazon to see if the price action can start closing back over the moving averages and if we can start to get some bullish trending. So right now, be patient on Amazon, and I really wouldn't suggest buying it until we start seeing some price action closes over that 50 EMA. Next up is Apple stock, and we saw Apple looking really good today, closing up 0.86% and closing well over that 5 EMA, which is bullish price action. We see Apple never went into a bear trend, and it's still in a very strong bullish trend, and it's only picking up momentum. So look for Apple to come back up to my price target at 136 and possibly break and close above that and start heading to 141. Remember, Apple is a market moving stock, so if it does start heading higher, the rest of the stock market is likely to go higher with it. On the financial sector, we're still getting bullish price action and bullish trending, which is bullish for the S&P 500. On the industrial sector, we're still getting bullish price action and bullish trending. On the healthcare sector, we're still getting bullish price action and bullish trending. So to summarize, we still have bullish price action and bullish trending across every single sector. The dollar is in a very strong bear trend and is likely to continue to keep weakening, and we see fear leaving this market, which means we're likely to continue to head to new all-time highs. So with a weak dollar, a low VIX, and the market looking very bullish across the board, I don't know how you could look at that and be anything other than bullish on this market still. It doesn't mean the market can't go through a correction, but right now with all of the people trying to short this market, they're only adding fuel to the fire, which means we're more likely to just melt up and get a blow off top scenario before we see a correction. So like I always say, do not try to call a top and do not try to short this market. You're playing with fire and you're gonna get burned. If you still need help in this market and you're looking for a disciplined, profitable trading community, consider joining the Stocks Channel Discord, and you can find out how to join by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So next up, let's go ahead and check in on the Stocks Channel Hot Stocks. So just a real quick announcement is there will be brand new hot stocks starting next week, which I've already given to my Discord members. So if you want hot stocks at the ground level, as soon as I find them, I'm giving them to my Discord members first, and then some of them might become hot stocks right here on YouTube as well. So first up, let's take a look at Tesla stock, which is one of our hottest stocks that we have. And we saw Tesla going up 7.84% today and blasting right through my next price target at 848. We see Tesla's price action looking very bullish, but also looking a little extended, closing way over that upper Bollinger Band and way above that 5 EMA. The next price target on Tesla stock is up here at $903, and Tesla is getting very far stretched and overbought at these levels, so the risk is increasing exponentially if you're trying to chase this stock. You probably already know this if you've tried shorting this stock, but it is not recommended. You could lose a lot of money trying to call a top on Tesla and trying to short it. This trend is extremely bullish and Tesla stock is on an absolute tear, and it's likely that the shorts are only adding fuel to the fire, causing short squeezes to only send the stock higher. Now, I will say that Tesla at $900 is very much up there in the clouds and it is getting very overbought. So anything over $900 is a great time to start selling if you are in this stock. However, I understand if you're in this stock for the long term, that's not necessarily the best idea because you never know how high the stock's going to go. If you're a trader though, you have to be disciplined and you eventually have to lock in those profits or you're going to lose some of them. So watch that $903 very closely, and don't forget that Tesla is getting overextended, so it could very easily pull back. Look for support levels on the moving averages, and right now the 5 EMA is going to be that first level of support. Keep in mind the 20 simple moving average is all the way down here at $690, and it is very likely that Tesla will test the 20 simple moving average the next time that we do see a correction on this stock. So remember, I'm still bullish on Tesla as long as the chart is bullish, and we still have a very bullish chart. So I'm not getting bearish, I'm just simply sounding an alarm and sounding a warning that Tesla is getting overbought, and it is likely going to finish out a fifth wave and then go into a short-term bear market. Next up is NIO stock, and we have great news for the NIO bulls as we finally broke out of the resistance level at $55 and we did close above. So that level could now be a support level, and my price target on NIO is only a stick throw away from being met, which is only about 4.5% away until we get to the price target at $61. So NIO is one of those stocks that we bought way down here in the low 40s, and we said it's a price target of 52 and a price target of 61 for the 2 price targets that we've had, and we're finally getting close to hitting price target 2. That doesn't mean that NIO stock can't go higher, but it does mean that it's a good time to start locking in those profits. So NIO stock still has support in the $55 range, and the price target is just a little bit higher above at $61. Next up is Palantir stock, and we saw Palantir going up only 0.8% today, and it did find resistance at that 20 simple moving average. So on Palantir, we still got bearish price action closing below the 20 simple moving average, and we still have a bearish trend. So on Palantir, I can't suggest buying this stock just yet, and we are sitting on a very critical level right around $25. So it can be bullish soon if Palantir can close over that 20 simple moving average and get the benefit of a short-term bull trend. But right now, I still have to favor the odds of Palantir coming back to support at $21, which is also going to find support somewhere around that 50 EMA. Palantir could be a great buy at the $21 level, but I can't suggest buying it up here at the $25 level just yet. Next up is Teladoc Health, or the ticker symbol TDOC, and we saw Teladoc did hit my price target today at $232. We did find resistance at that level, and we did close lower for the day, but if you're paying attention, you should have known to take some profits at that level. So now Teladoc has officially hit both of my price targets because I had one at $214 and the second one at $232. So you're not likely going to see Teladoc Health on hot stocks coming into next week, but congratulations to all of you who bought down here in the high 190s when I first suggested this stock as a hot stock. Next up is Alibaba stock, and we saw Alibaba stock go on an absolute tear today, closing up over 4% and closing back over the 5 EMA. So Alibaba stock does still look like it's stuck in a consolidation, and we are seeing some lower highs and higher lows, but overall this stock is still very bullish and it's still very much a hot stock. My price target on Alibaba stock is up here at $255, and I think this stock is a great buy if you can try to get it around $224. So Alibaba is one of those hot stocks I gave to you all down here in the low 216s, and now we're way up here at 236, and we still have plenty of upside left. Next up is Boeing stock, and we saw Boeing stock going down negative 1.32% today, and we're back to closing below the 5 EMA. However, we still have the benefit of the 50 EMA acting as support, and we could still see Boeing bounce off of this $206 level. Boeing also has support somewhere around 210 on the lower timescales, and you can see we did find support back here on October 30th at that level as well. So Boeing is down but not out, and I'm still bullish on this stock in the longer term, with my first price target at $228 and my second price target up here at $261. One thing I want you to know about Boeing stock is if I zoom out here, you can see that Boeing stock has higher lows on every occasion, and we also have the benefit of higher highs. So you can't look at a stock like this in the micro term and get too bearish on it, because if you zoom out, you see a trend that has higher highs and higher lows. You can't ever look at a stock that has higher highs and higher lows as anything other than bullish. Yes, the stock may not be moving fast enough for your liking, but that doesn't mean it's not a great buy at these levels, because it still has plenty of upside left from here. You can see where Boeing came from, and where it could likely return is all the way back up into the 300s. So right now, just be patient on this stock, and if you're buying Boeing stock, just go long and wait it out. Remember, I have brand new hot stocks for all of my Discord members every single day, so if you're interested in that, consider joining the Stocks Channel Discord community. You can find out how to join the Discord by clicking on the link in the description of this video. So happy Friday, everybody. I hope you have a great weekend. I hope you're crushing this market and reeling in all kinds of profits. And as always, I will see you in the next episode.